What's going on, guys? I think it's Tuesday. Yeah, it's Tuesday this week. So we did not end up going to Cleetus and Cars. I'll explain that in just a little bit. It actually got delayed. I guess Houston was having really bad weather and the temperatures were supposed to be in like the 30s and 40s. And Cleetus says, well, if I can't drag race at my own event, I don't want to have the event. So they postponed it. Unfortunately, we will not be able to go because it is the weekend after TX2K. So I can't afford to stay out there for an entire week. And I'm also not going to come from Houston back to Florida or back to Houston. So unfortunately, we will have to go to Cleetus and Cars Bradenton and we'll miss out on Houston. So as you can see here, I went a little bit extra. I bought this on Black Friday. And it's like a million color LED glow kit. And I figured what better way to represent having a Miata at TX2K, which I think I'm the first Miata to ever race TX2K. So I have to show up with underglow. If it's a Miata, I have to embrace the fact that it's a Miata. Let's just have some fun with it. But it's like rough. That tube's actually secured properly. But I have the other tubes I still have to do. I mean, I still got a lot to do on the car. But on my way home from work tonight, we're gonna come up with a game plan this week. Hopefully this week will be the startup of the car. So I got some work done over the weekend. You can see the dash is out. I'm starting to plan all the wiring stuff. I got a new steam port kit because my other one wasn't working for the new manifold. And I'm just planning out more fittings and hoses. I got some number 12s for right here for the water, so I just have to wait for the stuff to come back from powder coat so I can make all these hoses. But yeah, hopefully this will be the week. So anyway, I gotta head to work. I just wanted to start a little intro here, and I'll catch you guys later on tonight. Well, it's actually the next day. So I did actually come home from work. I went straight to the trunk of the car and welding in bracketry for the ice tank. So this goes in the corner of the trunk. This plate we decided to have so it's removable completely. So this bolts to this plate. That plate will then bolt to two bolts right where my fingers are at. You can see the holes kind of. It'll bolt there. And then I welded in this tab and the front of it will be secured there. So it'll be 3 tie down points, which should be perfectly fine. So last night I just kind of came in here, blasted that out, figured that out, welded that in, and then painted where I notched the trunk there for the fuel cell. That way I can just kind of put the ice tank right there right now because I need to plan on the fittings. Fortunately, the homies at Finish Line Factory are literally 1 day away. If I order it today, I should have it tomorrow. So I definitely know I've been waiting on the steam port kit. And I didn't know the angle that this piece was right here. So I know on my box, the fitting comes out straight. So I'm pretty sure I'm just gonna get away with 2 straight fittings. So the hose will just come out and around like so. So I'm gonna order that one number 4 straight. And then I need to put the ice box in real quick and figure out which fittings are gonna be the best for me to run the water cooler lines. I'm basically just gonna go straight through this hole right here in the floor, the trunk pan, and then run the water lines out to the front. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the water cooler here and then we will figure that out then. Alrighty, so I set the ice box where it's supposed to be. Like I said, it's gonna be mounted by the 2 holes going through the floor right there. And then it's gonna be off this one tab right here. And I kind of just put these fittings on in an idea. And I think this is the route that I'll be going. This is a 45, that's a 90. And then basically the 2 hoses will run together up to the front of the car. I think that kind of works out pretty slick. The other thing I gotta do today, whenever I got the fittings for this is 1-inch NPT. And if you guys aren't familiar with NPT fittings, if you do not use lubricant, like a thread tape or anything like that, you will seize up the fittings. So not intentionally, but both the fittings that I screwed in seized up those 90 degrees. So I ended up having Mikey just weld them on. I mean, I'll never have to worry about them leaking. But the downside is you can see the tube that goes straight in. That guy is where the pump feeds Well, I didn't realize that there was a plastic barb fitting on it. I assumed it was aluminum. It got sticky and icky real quick. So this is actually the barb fitting that came out of that. So fortunately, I waited for it to cool off. I was able to pick out all the like the hardened plastic. So the threads are pretty much clean now. So I have to take the feed hose and just kind of match up and try to get another one of those barbs. If not, I'll have to call Chiseled and get one from him, I guess. So, but yeah, so that's that. You can see the pumps down in here. And yeah, so I'm pretty content with this. I don't want to put the gas tank in until that's like fully bolted in with the lines tightened down, because you just can't get a wrench in there. And honestly, this is one of those things that's really not going to have to be moved or serviced much. Even if you have to take out that pump, it's a quick release out, which is really sick. So I'm pretty content. I'm really happy how that turned out. So basically now I'm gonna go ahead and place the order for my fittings that I know I need. And yeah, gotta get started. Just button stuff up. So tomorrow's gonna be kind of cool. You guys know the Cool Gin GM. He's actually in town. He just built a Volvo with a Turbo LS, and he drove it all the way from Chicago. And tomorrow night we're taking it to the drag strip in Bradenton. So I told him I'd go down there and help him out. And on my way down to Bradenton, I got the call from Ivan at the Powder Coaters, and he said all my stuff will be finished tomorrow. So we're gonna pick everything up from Ivan and then head to the track with Caleb. So it'd be pretty sweet. I'm excited. So it's a lot of little tidbits going on. I got my new hose for my fuel pressure sender, and got everything situated. My new steam vent kit I think is pretty slick. I don't like the fact that it's silver, but hey, it's at this point it's just a functional item. So I gotta get down. I gotta run a couple errands before work, but a little brief update in the car, nothing too crazy. But this weekend, fingers crossed, we're gonna be starting her up. So I gotta, like I said, I gotta order in a couple pieces here and there, a couple bits, and but I think we should be ready to rock and roll. So appreciate you guys watching, full update video, but yeah, I'll catch you in the next one.